continues to block 2 right lanes of KSTX5 South after Temple and Highway and warns for stop delays throughout the area involving this fatality. In Van Nuys on the 405 North before Sherman Way, watch for an accident on the right shoulder and a backup running heavy from Santa Monica Boulevard. South LA's 110 North before Adams Boulevard, watch for an accident that remains on the right shoulder with heavy traffic from Exposition Boulevard. 37th Street interchange. 2 left lanes remain blocked in Baldwin Park due to an accident.
What up, y'all?
West after the 605. And an injury crash is blocking the off-ramp of San Pedro's Vincent Thomas Bridge eastbound to Harbor Boulevard. Southwest Healthcare is a network of healthcare facilities dedicated to bringing health and harmony to communities across Southern California. Visit southwesthealthcare.com. Physicians are not employees or agents of these facilities.
Yeah, y'all, come on. Come on. At KBLA Talk 1580, we fight the power every day. Yeah, gotta give us what we want. Gotta give us what we need. Hey! I listen to KBLA and I love the commercials. I know what the commercials mean. I also, if I'm looking and trying to figure something out, I need something to talk to me that might hit me. And it happens on TV because, you know, every time they show a sporting event, they got the pharmaceutical companies back to back to back telling people how to fix the sickness on the same stuff that they sell them. So we get it. Yep, we get it too, Chuck D. And that's why at KBLA Talk 1580, we don't black down. Drop it! Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be. Fight the power. Fight the power. Fight the power.
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes 2 to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, and I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light.
Hit that like button, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. What's good?
It's crazy, like I said, man, that people would take these jobs and not take them serious. And then you will see a situation where a wife is in a position where, because she's trying to do the godly thing, 9 times out of 10 is the woman, she's going to be, you know, somebody that, you know, is a good woman. You can't be a pastor's wife, I don't believe, and not be a good woman. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of responsibility to come with that. And in this situation, this pastor's wife has been humiliated in the church in front of the whole congregation, and she's getting ready to stand by her husband, as though it seems. Y'all check this out.
We have this saying in our hearts and in our minds that we're supposed to be the example for the church, right? supposed to be perfect for the church because his knowledge of the scripture tells us that don't fall, right? But that's not true. God said all have fallen short. All have fallen short of his glory. Nobody is perfect. Deacons, mothers, members, nobody is perfect. I thank y'all for all that y'all done for me and for Pastor. Because people look at him as the one that failed. But by us being one, we both failed. We both failed. We failed you all, we failed ourselves, we failed our family. But God is still good.
My,
God is
my.
still good, and he can restore everything that we felt like we lost. Everything.
I respect her for trying to approach this thing the way she approached it. You know, she's actually standing there by her man. She's being forgiving. All of those things, right? She's doing things in what you would expect of a woman in her position. But again, her husband failed in a miserable way. In one of the most horrible ways you can, because we always hear this. Oh, the pastors, they sleeping with the women in the church, and they doing this and they doing that. This pastor actually did it, allegedly, and he got the woman pregnant. And she's standing up there making excuses for this man's behavior, right? Saying that, oh, he's not supposed to be perfect, we all fall short and all of those things, which is true. But if you're going to do these kind of things, then you can't be a pastor. And the reason why she was standing up there is because right now, or at the time, they were getting ready to vote on whether or not this pastor should be able to stay. And she was pretty much pleading her case and trying to, persuade the church to vote in favor of him staying. And that can't happen. You know what I'm saying? True enough, God can restore you. God will forgive you and all of those things. But you can't hold a position like this where you're supposed to be an authority figure over a flock and you're supposed
Oh, man, that brother, he laid it out. But what if she stayed for a different purpose? Tonight's topic, ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason returns. Oh, God. These topics, man. Oh, my. What you won't do. You remember that record, Bobby Caldwell? How does it go? What you won't do, do for love. Is that the record? Tonight's topic, what you won't do, do for security. A deeper look at the fetishized husband. What is a fetishized husband? What you won't do, do for security. Oh, did you find it? You found it, didn't you? I knew. See, I love Andy. Andy hear me talk. Lord have mercy. What you won't do, do for security. A deeper look at the fetishized husband. Oh, what does that mean? Oh, we're going to get deep. We're going to get deep. For many people, are intimate relationships merely a means to an end? Oof. What? Now, you know Zoe like to get deep. What you won't do, do for security. Don't do it for love. Love will leave you out there hanging. You don't know nothing about the bills that are stacking up. Love will leave you hanging. What you won't do, do for security. Maybe she wasn't ready to give it all up. Maybe that wasn't a big enough offense. Maybe it had nothing to do with his station as the pastor. What is a fetishized husband? Before I give you the breakdown of fetish, in Plato's Symposium, Socrates recounts a conversation he had with the priestess Diotima on the nature of love that leads him to see that love is neither entirely beautiful nor entirely ugly. Diotima asserts that love is the son of Poros and Penia. His father, Poros, represents wealth and resources, while his mother, Penia, represents poverty and need. You gonna act right if everything taken care of? Is that true? 1-800-920-1580. I want to know. Fetish. Let's get into the etymology of the word fetish. It's a noun. Right? Material object regarded with awe as having mysterious powers or being the representative of a deity that may be worshipped through it. In the 1610s, it was called feticcio, or fetiço, from Portuguese. Fetico, charm, sorcery, allurement. Noun, use of an object, meaning artificial. Where are you going, Zoe? The Portuguese also tells us made by art, artificial, from Farsi, to make, to produce. Uh-oh. Many men are categorized, judged, and labeled based on what they can do. They are a fetish husband. Do you understand? If you can provide security, how many of you guys sit down and really have conversation about character, about integrity, right? About humanity, for that matter. See, we all have the conversation of, I need trust, I need loyalty, I need consistency, I need blah, 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 blah. But many of us don't know how to have a conversation with a human being, let alone accept a human being as they are. As the clip stated, we all fall down. That pastor in that clip was explaining that a pastor had defiled his seat, right? But at the same time, they acknowledged the humanity of him and that people fall. My question for tonight's show is, did she stay for security because she fetishized what he produces? Many men are seen as, first and foremost, protector and provider. And sometimes provider comes before protector. Are you with your husband because of the lifestyle he creates for you, because of what he produces? Could you care less about who he is as a person, his needs, his emotional state? Could you care less? Or because he provides, it makes you care? Oh, do you know how many men have provided and done the best they could? Let's just be honest if we're going to have a conversation. Done the best they could. You know, I just don't like him no more. The connection wasn't really there in the beginning. I saw the benefits of being with him, but I didn't see the benefit of him. 1-800-920-1580. Can we get into this? Y'all like the little Plato symposium? Poros and Penia. Poros, father, represents wealth and resources, while his mother, Penia, represents poverty and need. Are many relationships fetishized? Oh, this is somebody I can use. Are you listening? This is somebody I can use. We live in a narcissistic society. How is this that far of a leap, right? Are many people looking for somebody they can use, i.e., a toy, a relational, can I say this on there? Vibrator? A relational toy. As long as you produce, because remember, we've already outlined it and framed it before. Most people go into relationships for what they can get. And their giving is usually predicated, right, on what they get. And what they get has to be of equal value to what they give. Or are we not seeing a nation of withholders? 1-800-920-1580. What connections can be drawn between our search for security and our search for safety? Oh, my goodness. Is security synonymous with safety? I would say yes. What are some reasons why we prioritize financial security in search for emotional security? That's such a layered question. What are some reasons why we prioritize financial security in the search for emotional security? 1-800-920-1580. Do you have to be made secure before you can be intimate? And when I say intimate, I don't mean just sexually. I mean vulnerable. 1-800-920-1580. Are we demanding security due to our lack of self-worth? Do we manipulate external circumstances for things we inherently possess, qualities we inherently possess, but have not accessed yet through self-work? Is pedestalization of the wife or husband a sort of relational security deposit? Oh, are husbands complicit in their own fetishization? That's a tough word to say. This is interesting. If he protects and provides, will you capitulate? Eesh. Eesh. True or false, society and social media has detrimentally impacted our perspectives on marriage and marital benefits. Without self-work, relationships continue to be affected negatively and influenced by what the general public says is acceptable. Am I in a relationship that is merely a means to an end? And what exactly does that mean? Oh my goodness. What is the means to an end theory in psychology? True or false, love is something that happens to us, often disrupting our life and goals. True or false, love is completely without resources, nor is ever rich. Oh my goodness. 1-800-920-1580. I got questions. Do you have the answers? Zoe is going in tonight. What you won't do, you'll do for security. A deeper look at fetishized husbands. When we come forward, the voice of reason is opening up the phone lines. Let's get it. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. I need y'all to call in. I need y'all help. I want to know your perspectives on this. Everybody hit the like button. We only got half the likes of the people that are in here. The likes are absolutely free. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Lloyd Hinton, great show. I was told that I love you, but I'm not in love with you. Divorcing me after 33 years. I brought him the socialization of the things that a man is supposed to do. Wow. Eesh. Hit that like button now. Come on. Hit that like button. Don't hold out on the likes. Like, subscribe, share. Let's go, y'all. I need those callers. Get in here now. 1-800-920-1580 or 1580. Moderators, please. Moderators, please. Activate. Assemble. Please, please, please put that number in there. 1-800-920-1580. Call me now. Call me, call me, call me. I want to talk to y'all. Let's go. Call in. I want to hear from y'all. Let's go. Let's start the calls now. Yes, yes. Thank you, Attila. Thank you, Attila. Let's get it going. You can't fold up. What do you mean? Bishop, what do you mean? Hey, my people, how many people in here were in the master class? Was it called, is the new book concept gonna blow people's mind? I think so. Was it a cold situation? Don't give it away. Don't tell people what I talked about. Yo, it was crazy. That book concept going, hey, it's gonna change people. Because of this very topic. Wow. You should call in, bro. You should call in. Yep. The number.
The woman that you're attracted to on a pedestal, what you're really attracted to is your unconscious idealization of women. And men see their unconscious idealization of women in someone they're attracted to, especially if the attraction is pronounced and immediate. Right? That's a projection, psychoanalytically speaking. And then they confuse the woman with that idealization, which is very difficult to bear for the woman because she's not really there. That's the first problem. And second, she's going to get herself in trouble and not know it because now and then she's going to do something that violates that ideal projection and be called to account for it, even though she doesn't know what rules she's breaking. Plus, the guy won't be able to listen to her or appreciate anything about her that's not perfect or in accordance with that ideal. So that means she can't really talk to him, right? She can't reveal anything that's untoward or if you...
Heavy stuff. Listen, we're all trying to navigate this landscape of human relationships, right? We find ourselves entangled in this massive 5-dimensional web of desires, insecurities, and yearnings, right? And it's a struggle. Many of us are trying to use the relationship as this safe space, right? And I understand that's the new word everybody's talking about, safe space. The interplay between security and safety beckons us to ponder their interconnectedness. Are security and safe space as terms synonymous? Do they exist as distinct entities in our pursuit for emotional well-being? Through the lens of metaphysics and spirituality and psychology and philosophy, we are challenged to probe the depths of our psyche and uncover the hidden motivations that drive our relentless search for external stability. Woo. Delving deeper into the psyche, we confront this pervasive tendency to prioritize financial security as a means to attain emotional safety. Babette Rothschild's trauma theory invites us to explore the intricate ways in which our past experiences shape our present day behaviors, leading us to seek solace in material wealth as a shield against internal turmoil. Could our demands for security stem from a deep-seated lack of self-worth, prompting us to manipulate external circumstances in a futile attempt to fill an internal void left unattended through self-work? Sheesh. The phenomena of fetishized husbands unveils a complex kind of, this complex picture, if you will, of power dynamics and relational intricacies within intimate relationships. I mean, this is crazy. Through the lens of shamanism and psychology, we're going to try to unravel the subtle nuances of control and manipulation that underpin the pedestalization of spouses. Ross Rosenberg's insight on codependence sheds light on how individuals may unknowingly perpetuate unhealthy relationship patterns in their quest for external validation and security. Men come from this space in many ways. Men have been learned to push emotions down and push accomplishments out. The accomplishment is the peacock feather for many men, right? The internal stuff that hasn't been dealt with gets pushed aside, and our calling card becomes, this is what I've done, this is who I am in the world, this is what I can do for you. Do you see? Now, the way society is set up, it implies that if a man reaches that level, he is by default the leader and in charge. And because the man is in that position, the woman is supposed to capitulate. But what we're not seeing is there are some men and women playing this game for their own, for their own benefit. That's why I said, what you won't do, do for security. For the man with provision, or as Plato's Symposium puts it, poros, for the man with provisions, he gets to ignore his inner work and tell the woman, but you still got to follow because I'm providing. You still got to bend the knee because everything is taken care of. Now, for the woman who is pania, that represents poverty and need. I need somebody to lighten my load. And if you lighten my load, I will then become pliable and soft and give you what a woman naturally gives a man. Are y'all seeing how this is framed? What you won't do, do for security. A deeper look at the fetishized husband. When we come forward, are you a fetishized husband? Don't nobody even really know you. Don't even really like you. Ain't even really connected to your soul, your wounds, your doubts, your fears. But love you for what you do. Oh, not who you. When we come forward, the voice of reason gonna crack it open. Hey, John, thank you for coming in, brother, and supporting the show. Thank you for coming in and supporting the show. We got 2 callers. I need 2 more. Give me 2 more. I got John and Attila. I need 2 more, and then I'm going to the calls. 1-800-920-1580. Get at me, get at me, get at me. And don't be afraid to hit my Cash App. You can hit the super chat, which is a $sign down at the bottom of the channel, or the moderators have already put my Cash App in the chat. You could hit my Cash App. Send it to me directly. My Cash App is $ZoWhatNetter, or that little $sign at the bottom of the chat. We be asking for minimal, $2, $3. They don't have to be nothing big. We appreciate our good brother John Gilbreth because he has been the picture of consistency, supporting. So thank you guys. Like it up, share it. Let everybody know this is what we're talking about. Mimi, are you still unclear as to what the topic is about? We appreciate those likes. Rev L Ratchet lies. No matter what good men do, it's ooh. Hey, Ghetto Gourmet, it's been too long. You got to get in here. You got to speak on it. You got to get in here. You got to speak on it, sir. You got to get in here. I need my brother Haru Ali on deck. Rev L Ratchet, we appreciate you. Ghetto Gourmet, man. Thank you, brother. Everybody like Ghetto Gourmets and, of course, John Gilbreth's contribution to the channel. Can everybody hit the like button? You actually can like uh, their donation to the channel. We ask you to do that because it's important, because we want to show them love. We want to show them that we appreciate their sacrifice, you know, and every time somebody does that, I'm deeply appreciative and thankful. Thank you, thank you, thank you for doing that for me. Haru, get in here. Haru, I can't wait on you, brother. I need you up in here, bro. Everybody like those donations, man. Please like those donations from both brothers. I don't have infinite patience. Come on, man, get in here. Brandon Brown, what up? Welcome in, bro. The Book of Ronin, is he in here? Y'all both got to get in. I'm not playing with y'all. Yes, yes, yes. We appreciate everybody that can support the channel. We appreciate everybody who can and can't. We appreciate all of y'all. Oh, we about to be on. Thirty seconds. Ooh, Attila, if you don't get in here and say that. Why would I? What? Pretty Brown Mimi. I love her. Until somebody were like, ooh, Biggie. Pretty Brown Mimi.
What is going on, beautiful people? I am Lee Hammett, the self-aware diagnosed narcissist known as mental illness, and welcome to part 5 of my series, Why Did You Stay? Why Do People Stay with Narcissistic People, with toxic people? Episode 5 is going to be about money. Money, money, money. Money was the motive. Money is the motive. Money is the motivating factor for a lot of people to stay in toxic and abusive relationships with narcissistic people. Money, financial abuse, like being financially abused and things like that. One thing I said, so in this series it's a long series, y'all. It's a long series about narcissistic abuse and why people decide to stay with narcissists and whatnot. But like money. A lot of narcissistic people want to control you with money, with financial means, by withholding money, by controlling the money and things like that.
Pause. I'm sorry. Lee Hammock is always slapping us upside the dome piece on our way home from Jones Beach. But do you hear what he's saying? We're going to go back to his clip. But do you hear what he's saying? He's saying money will keep a person with a narcissist. My goodness. So let's go back to the topic. What you won't do for security. A deeper look at the fetishized husband. So I broke down the etymology of the word fetishized, right? Or fetish. Did you know one of the meanings for the word fetish from the Latin factitious, or Latin and Spanish, means artificial, imitated? See, the man is not important in this scenario. It's his provision that is important. Or vice versa. The woman is not important. It's the provision that is important. What do you mean the provision? If you got a man with mommy issues and he's trying to, date somebody like his mama, or he's got a mother wound and he hasn't dealt with it, he puts all of this extra emotional responsibility on the woman. She has to pick up the slack. Do you see? That's the provision he is in the relationship for. Do you see? See, this is why this Plato Symposium is so powerful. In Plato's Symposium, Socrates recounts a conversation he had with the priestess Diotima on the nature of love that leads him to see that love is neither entirely beautiful nor entirely ugly. Diotima asserts that love is the son of Poros and Penia. His father, Poros, represents wealth and resources, while his mother, Penia, represents poverty and need. Did you go back to the clip of the brother Lee? What is he saying? There are a lot of people. Do you know money makes a relationship last longer? According to Benjamin Carney, it does. Professor over at UCLA. Marriages with money, on average, last 3 to 6 years longer than marriages with no money. So that means money will keep you in toxic. Are y'all listening? Do you understand the topic? What you won't do, you'll do for security. Go ahead, play the rest of it.
Okay, so this right here does not have to just deal with narcissistic, like, intimate relationships. This can also be the relationship dynamic of a parent-child, things like that. Sibling relationship and things of that nature. It's just like money. Why did you stay? Why do you keep that person in your life? Why can't you cut that person off? A lot of times it's financially motivated. Because you don't really see a lot of videos. Well, I haven't. I see people say that all the time. Like, I'm gonna tell you something that nobody else talks about. People talk about it, but maybe I haven't seen the videos on it and things like that. But a lot of people want me and ask me to talk about financial abuse. So, as a narcissist, as a diagnosed self-aware narcissist and whatnot, I want to control everything around me. The people, the money, the time, the schedule, and things like that. And most narcissistic people would agree that they want to control everything as well. So, with that being said, they want to control the money, like especially if it's my wife or if it's the husband or whatnot. You want to control the money. That way, it kind of guarantees you that this person will be in your life for a long period of time. Like, they can't leave you. And that's why I say a lot of times they want to financially control you, because the thought of leaving this person.
Wait, didn't I just say that? Okay, cool. All right. In today's hyperconnected world, societal norms and social media narratives often distort our perspectives on love and marriage. Eckhart Tolle and Wayne Dyer urge us to look within ourselves and question the narratives that society imposes upon us. Without engaging in deep introspection and self-work, relationships may become mere vessels of societal expectations, devoid of genuine connection. Remember, fetish means artificial, imitation. Just be the conduit for the type of provision I'm in search of. Emotional, psychological, physical, financial. You could be anybody. Have you ever broken up with somebody and they started over again with somebody else and progressed further than you were in that short amount? Listen, man, are y'all listening? Okay, have you ever heard of the means to an end theory in psychology? Is your relationship merely a means to an end? You're getting something that you're supposed to be giving yourself. All of the inside work, self-esteem, self-worth, self-approval, validation, acknowledgement. You're in search of that. And if you can get that externally, you don't have to worry about it anymore, right? The means to an end theory in psychology challenges us to reflect on the true intentions behind our actions. Are we using relationships as a means to an end, seeking validation and security through external sources? As Diotima's tale in Plato's Symposium unveils the contradictory essence of love, we are confronted with the enigma of seeking love in a world fraught with imperfections. Do you know how difficult it is to be in a relationship with an imperfect person, i.e. a human being? That's the very thing we use to break up with them. You made a mistake that I can't forgive you for. We've got conditional forgiveness, which means we never get over it, which means it's always going to... The only answer most of us have is a new situation. Oh my goodness. What you won't do, you'll do for security, right? 1-800-920-1580. Let's get to the phone lines. I want to talk to people. Hey, we got full lines already. When I come forward, I'm going to the person who's been on the longest. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. All right, I want to be clear. Was it framed correctly? Was the framing clear? Did you understand the framing? Talk to me, chat. I see Attila says yes. Talk to me, chat. Did you understand the framing? There's people in the background. Y'all in the background just listening. Y'all could talk too. Lurkers and lovers. Y'all could talk too. I just want to make sure y'all understood what I was saying, how I framed it up, how I used Plato's Symposium, right? That was a nice little twist, right? Fuck yeah, honor. So that Plato Symposium was a nice little twist, right? Poros and Penia. Nice little twist, you think? We're going to have a conversation. We're going to dig deep. Thank you. I got my perspective, understood what you were bringing to the table. Much love, John Gilbreth. These definitions really put it all in a different light. Yes. Most people are just surface level. What, you know, if the getting is good, I'm gonna keep getting it, right? If the getting is good, I'm gonna keep going to the well. As long as it's honey, I'm gonna keep eating. When it gets bitter, I'm gonna reject it. Man, they put up like 15 shows in the last 2 days. Have y'all noticed that on the podcast? I hate when that happens. My show is supposed to be updated every day. This show is supposed to be up tomorrow. But they put up, like, they wait 2 weeks and then they try to rush all the shows on. And I think that's unfair. It doesn't give each show a chance to kind of breathe and have its own space. You know what I mean? Oh, absolutely.
When you go furniture shopping with a man or household shopping with a man, it's like you're already married. It'll make it all pleasant and happy, and then soon, since he's already paying your rent, he's already paying your bills, you living with him, the best thing that ever happened to him, if you done slept with him, you done rocked his world, he ain't letting you rock on her. He is probably gonna be like, you know what? I ain't never gonna replace this woman. Let me go ahead and put a ring on it. Let me paint the other side of the picture. And now he fears losing you even more. So you're not gonna mess up because you're gonna go and find somebody else, some other man, and make him feel just like you made him feel. And so you're not gonna risk that. And he already knows the next person that clicks on you, if you're online, or the next person you already gonna fall right in love with you too.
Oh my goodness. That's a belief out here? That's a way of getting down? Are y'all listening? Fetish. An artificial imitation of a person based on what you produce. The measure of you is what you can provide. What you won't do, you'll do for security. Is that true or false? Call me 1-800-920-1580. We got callers on the line. I'm going to get to them right now. Attila, Houston, Texas. You're on the line. What are your thoughts on this?
Uncle Joe.
Yes.
I was hoping I wasn't going to be first, but it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, you want me to? I'll get somebody else. We'll come back.
No, it's all right.
You sure?
I'm just going to have to steal from the top of the dome.
Come from the top of the dome piece. Yes.
Mm-hmm. So I think a lot of this is kind of a sort of like relationship evaluation bias. So the way in which we are evaluating our quality of our relationships is biased. It's based on things that are tangible, right? So whether that's finances, sex, whatever the case, you want to call it, intimacy, or the lack thereof.
that is what we're using to evaluate our relationships and furthermore our partners, right? So remember, Get Up Gourmet in the chat said that no matter what men do, or no matter what good men do, it's never enough. My retort to that is it's never going to be enough for the wrong person. At the end of the day, if they don't like you, they just don't like you. And I think that because you're evaluating that person based off of the tangibles that you're trying to get, because you're transactional, you're blind. There's a blind spot there. Because this is all about what you can get, but you have no evaluation of the person that you're dealing with, their hurts, pains, traumas, attachment styles. I would also like to say, too, in regards to women, I personally, just being a woman, but also knowing other women, I feel like women who tend to be more avoidant are going to be more on this scale of security, of that hard line. And the more avoidant you are, even if you want to go down towards narcissistic, the more likely you are to be me. And the same can be said for men. If they're looking to establish financial stability in the hopes of gaining some sort of concubine, if you will, or some sort of built-in maid or whatever it would have you, same thing. This is about, obtaining things. That's what this is about. And so I think in regards to the fetish part, a lot of people don't mind being fetishized when they don't have a self-concept, right? And so because your relationship is not establishing a basis or a foundation for making sure that that's in place, well, of course, the dynamic is going to continue. It is to my benefit if you have no self-concept.
And for people who've never heard that term, what do you mean self-concept?
Meaning like an idea of who you are. What is the who you are? What is that based in? Who are you? Is that based in your money? Is that based in your family? Because even things that are deemed wholesome, your family, your traditions, your job, your schooling, whatever the case, things that are considered to be quote unquote good, even if that's something that you're rooted in, who are you without that? Because as we know in relationships, life's going to have ups and downs. You might not have any of that. And so if you've never actually done any real work on yourself and you haven't talked to your partner about who they are outside of those things, what else would you get, right? Like, and I even made a comment in the chat. I said we're often blind to the things that people appreciate within us because we don't appreciate that within ourselves.
Wait a minute. I gotta ask you this. Because of what you just said, oh my goodness, I got to ask you this. Are men, because according to Plato's Symposium, right, the father is poros, which represents wealth and resources. And the mother is pania, which represents poverty and need. Are you implying that men who have the wealth and the resources, they are looking for pania, poverty and need, so they can maintain the power that they have in the external world within their relationship?
I think that's on the surface. That's just scratching the surface, sure. On the surface, yes, because that's what they feel like makes them complete. But complete meaning what? Self-concept. They're looking for someone to affirm that self-concept. I can't affirm my self-concept if you are stronger than me. If I'm dependent upon you to bring me that competence, you can't be strong. I need you to be in a weaker position so that I feel stronger. And I'm not saying that every man, so I think it's an unconscious thing that happens. Because again, on the flip side, right, for the woman that's looking for the security and the things that a man can provide, and only that, she's not really concerned with the person, it goes the same way. I need you to affirm my self-concept through things. Buy me this, buy me that, pay for this, pay for that. She might even, I'll put it to you another way. You might even do it in a more slick way and say, well, I want to have a family and I need someone who can provide for a family. That's still things, intangibles.
This is deep.
I need you to maintain the tradition, you know? Nothing about soul, spirit, who this person is on the inside, none of that. And honestly, a lot of people think that that's corny. Let's just keep it a buck. A lot of people feel that's corny. You go into a first date talking like that, like, tell me who you are, not what your job is. If I ask you what you do, like, what do you actually do? Not your job. What do you do on a daily? Like, what do you like? People would think you were corny for saying that. Let's keep it a buck. Like, that's just the real talk, right? So, at the end of the day, I think, at the risk of not getting that dream man or woman, right, you should actually just be authentic and answer those questions to yourself as honestly as you possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do? Who are you?
Mm.
Don't let them answer it for you. Someone's always going to have an answer where you lack a response.
Oh my goodness. Hey, stay there. Don't leave. Attila from Houston, Texas is cooking, man. We always ask that question, what are you bringing to the table? I'm going to reframe it. What part of your soul are you bringing to the table? Are you bringing a piece of your soul? Or are you bringing the whole soul? That's what relationships should be about. Oh my goodness, when we come forward, we going back to the phone line. I mean, it's really on fire right now. We got Attila from Houston, Texas. We're going to get back with her. We got John from Mountain View, Hawaii. And we got Reverend L from Dallas, Texas. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me, 1-800-920-1580. It's my hometown. Wow. First hour, up out of here. Quite a few ghetto gourmet. Me and all my Chuck friends are concealed to carry certified, and the range is the best date night ever. You heard? Hey, Mac Shug 510. Thank you, brother. Everybody, please like whoever donates something to the super chat. There's a feature on there where you could like it. It's just a little thank you. It's like a little nod to say thank you, brother. Thank you, sister.
If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes? Financial infidelity? I'm dating a bad person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff? The child wasn't here.
Thank you, Shug.
Still had to play child support.
It's a very heated topic.
Oh, is that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I was like, is this something wrong with that?
Chick friends. Got you.
Has been committed. Hit you with a bad touch routine. How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my lips.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man moves on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses. Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
So William, reason and accountability. The voice of reason.
I have a problem staying grounded. I tend to put my guy on a pedestal. I don't want to do that, but I know my guy feels like I do sometimes. How do I take these rose-colored glasses off at the same time, and at the same time express how happy he makes me feel with all the things he does that makes me feel loved? Okay, so here's what I wrote down at the answer to this. The pedestal is only a problem if you're not putting yourself on the same level as him. The pedestal is only a problem if you are not also elevating yourself to the magnitude in which you see this man. So if you're feeling undeserving of this man's kindness, undeserving of his love, then that's an issue, because it will most likely translate to you compromising yourself in some way to keep this guy, or rejecting his love and kindness at some point because you don't feel like you can reciprocate and you feel guilty. I see that happen quite often with people that are feeling insecure, like they don't deserve the partner that they're with. Having a crush on your partner is awesome, and it's highly recommended. So on one level, I can understand that having rose-colored glasses on when you see somebody could be dangerous if you don't know them, because it could have you delete and distort red flags and have you stay in something longer than you than is healthy. So I'll say that is true. But then on the other side of things, having rose-colored glasses on when you see your partner, if you trust them, what it does is it offers a lens of generosity, right? You're seeing the positive intentions behind them, even when maybe they're communicating, their communication isn't working for you. You're still in touch with the deeper goodness of who that person is. So I don't know if you need to take these rose-colored glasses off. Is it causing problems in your relationship currently? If so, what are those specific problems that you having rose-colored glasses are causing your partner? Because from my standpoint, if I put myself in the shoes of your man and I imagine being seen with this kind of generosity that you're seeing the person and you are feeling that you're really happy in the way that love, like I want to hear that, and I think that's a really beautiful thing. I don't think there's a problem here. You might feel ungrounded, especially if you've just been dating this guy under a year. I think that's pretty normal. You guys sound like you're in the honeymoon phase. Staying grounded in this too.
Yo, he's dropping some jewels. I appreciate the perspective. Very interesting perspective. You're listening to the Voice of Reason on KBLA Talk 1580. Before I get to Attila on the phone lines, I just want to give a quick shout out to Justin Troy. My brother is in California State Prison at Cochran. He been sending me letters, man. This is like the third or fourth letter I've gotten from him. And I just wanted to acknowledge him and thank him for listening to the Voice of Reason on KBLA Talk 1580. Brother, keep your head up, stay clean, do the work you got to do, and get out, brother. Appreciate the letters, man. Thank you. Troy, or that's Justin Troy. We appreciate those letters, seriously. Now, back to Attila. Attila, let me get your final thought on tonight's topic.
Well, I don't really have much left to say, to be honest. I think the last clip, for example, is a really good example of what it is that we want in terms of secure love. And what's interesting is that even though the woman seems like she may have had insecurity in that situation, and I can understand that as a fearful avoidant, because you do feel a little weird in that type of situation. He still made sure to kind of reassure her in the sense that, provided that everything is going well, there is no problem. And I guess my question to that would be, what do you do when there is no problem?
Or what do you do when
we're so used to problems?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It's heavy. No, I'm 100% with you, man. I'm 100% with you. Attila, straight fire as usual. You already know what it is. I'm just going to ask one question.
Mm-hmm.
What did you just do?
All right, he's in the building.
Yeah. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me 1-800-920-1580. We got John, Mountain View, Hawaii in the building. John, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Aloha, greetings and blessings, Chad. Blessings to you, Zoe, for doing what you do.
Thank
But my perspective on this is very awkward.
Here we
First
go.
off,
Here we go.
how do you control chaos?
Talk to me.
The simple fact is, everything is leaning in a chaotic way, and yet at the same time, we are building a life in it. So for those of us who are taking the viewpoints of this show, sure, why not? It may be a fetish, it may not be a fetish. It may be the simple fact that we're on survival mode. We still have yet to step away from that. But at the same time, you trusted the human being that you doggone slept with to have a child, and yet you didn't know you were still supporting the individual that you now hate and don't want to be with.
Come on, man. Keep going. Keep going.
The simple fact is you think it's a fetish? You think it can't be proven? Look at a woman at her job.
What do you mean?
Funny how she can doggone capitulate to everything that goes on in that workplace as long as the dollar's being survived.
Ooh, wee. But men do that too, right?
You know, I always try to keep it balanced, bro.
Yes.
Because the simple fact that a man being put in that position is doggone take control of some kind of responsibility, we still won't go within the confines of himself and pull out the measures and the depths and the equivalent of your own payment to you. How are you going to avoid all of these different things and the chaos that you're fighting outside, you won't even fight within? Simply put, thank you, Lord, for allowing the madness to go on so I can speak peace.
Man, John. John, I listen, these conversations I believe are crucial. And how I keep my ear to the street, you know, there are young people listening to this show, and there are young people who are contributing topics to this show. And that's why it's so important, right, to me, because that means these topics are right on the heartbeat, right on the pulse of what young folks are thinking about, right? And how they navigate, you know, intimate relationships. This is deep to be seen as a fetish, right? Like, I don't know if this society lends itself to emotional development to the point where there's this space where I start to embrace me, the real me, right? What I'm about. And so everything, because it's not set up that way, is there's this go out and succeed. And when you succeed, the people will capitulate, both professionally and relationally. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, of course they will. Again, this is a very sick society that believes in all of those truths to be self-evident. Again, a court system that tells you the woman deserves the child and the pay that the man is supposed to go out there and get. Are we still at war with one another, or do I still got to go to a battlefield to prove that I'm just a man?
Wow.
And in the manhood of proving it, I'm going to die someday.
Wow.
And I might even be dying in your presence. Will you acknowledge that?
Yeesh.
And since I'm dying, where do you think you go? Somebody's still got to put up the fight. Is it going to be you? And let's just take that a step deeper in the soul. Fight has always been going on, and that's where everything surrounding you has been pointing you to.
Wow.
Don't pick up your running shoes and take off today.
Yeesh. Hey, John. John Gilbreth, what did you just do, brother?
Shared a moment and brought Mountain View into the house. God bless you all.
Man, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, John. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me. 1-800-920-1580. Let's keep these calls rolling. Reverend L, Dallas, Texas. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic? Reverend, where we at, L? Brother L. There you go. All right. Yes, we can hear you, brother. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Oh man, I was listening earlier, bro, and I just want to dip on that part about the money and the narcissistic person. So let's take it a different route. Your information and your knowledge and everybody's knowledge on this panel is pretty much the same. We want to better ourselves, become better individuals. But you also have people that use the information that we have and share with each other for evil. So there's a lot of men out here that use their money to lead with to fuel their narcissistic behavior. So that's what they use to get ahead. Now on the flip side of it, there's women out there that want that because the man, he knows that money is expendable. I don't care about throwing $300, $400, $500 at you. They don't care. But the woman, she really doesn't care either. But they're gonna feed off of each other to feed those needs. So when people from the outside, like ourselves, we see this, it's like, man, that's a toxic situation. And that's a bad situation. We don't want that. But it's easy to get caught up in that, especially when you may be short of resources or you may be putting your heart into somebody that's really not completely into you the same way. And we look at it like, oh, well, the HOEs are winning or the narcissistic men are winning. So we got to be cautious and make sure we stay true to ourselves and don't get caught up in this mix.
My goodness. Did you mean to do this when you called in, brother?
I did. Because I see it every day. We get so caught up in the social media life. Man, listen, I'm just gonna tell you, man. I got friends all over the place and everything, and social media things look good. But when you talk to somebody and you really know this person and they hurting behind the scenes, it hurts me to see that they're living a lie. And you're being in situations or you're dealing with some man or you're dealing with some woman that you really don't want to deal with, and you're putting up with stuff that you don't necessarily have to do, but you're doing it to survive. And that's not what's up.
Let me ask you this question. Are things, qualities like mutual respect, mutual consideration, mutual cooperation, love, empathy, nurturing, care, are all of these things for sale? Meaning, you have to show me, and this is going both ways. This is bi-directional, man to woman, woman to man, right? For different reasons, of course. You have to show me that I am going to be secure, not only emotionally, but financially. Not only financially, but psychologically, before I can give those high quality aspects of myself. Are those things for sale, so to speak?
Absolutely.
Why?
Absolutely for sale. And because again, they're looking at right now. They're looking at right now. I need to eat right now. I need to make somebody feel like they love me right now. And some of these things take some time. It's fortitude. They don't have that. They don't look for the future. They're looking for right now. So I don't care about if he disrespect me right now. He paying my rent or he deal with these other chicks or vice versa. It's temporary. And you know what? And once it's temporary, they feel like in a few weeks or a few months later, oh, he gonna go on about his business anyway, or she gonna go on about her business anyway. I just find the next victim. I'm good at my game. I'm good at my schemes. It ain't right, but they get better and better at it.
This is heartbreaking. Is that what I'm just saying, this is heartbreaking. You think that's the norm? Or is that like some little sequestered small group of people that, you know?
It's a third. I say it's a third. It's probably a third of us. And I'm saying us. It's probably a third of us because we get caught up in it. And the thing is, though, I tell you this, it used to be the young people. It used to be the young people that would be caught up in, oh, they're just young. They'll figure it out now. But, man, we got 40-year-olds that are perfected the BS. And they're not going to never get off of it.
So, like I said, everything that you're giving and putting out here, they listen to it, but they ain't gonna apply it. And it's okay if they don't apply it. They heard it, but if they use it for the wrong reasons, then that's not what's up.
Wow, brother. Guess what you just did, my friend?
Brought Dallas, Texas in the building.
Come on, Texas is in the building big time. Listen, if you want to bring your city in the building, now's the time to do it. You better get ready because you already know who coming up next. Out of Indianapolis, our brother, your brother, the wittiest witticism master in the game, Ronan. When we come forward, let's get it. Yo, it's a fire topic. I appreciate everybody for being in here. Thank you guys coming in. Hit the like button. You guys done a great job hitting the like button. I appreciate it. I know YouTube is gonna be whatever it's on. We're in Mercury retrograde. The last two shows, they've gotten the date wrong on the shows. So the date on this show is showing August 3rd. So just know, like, when I log off, the numbers are gonna be super low. I already know what's up.
I got an idea for a topic.
Yeah.
The masculinity of a woman versus the femininity of a man.
What? Did you hear that? Attila, did you hear Andy? Andy said he got a topic. The masculinity of a woman versus the femininity of a man.
Boom. And how that, how those dynamics work in relationships, and something to think about.
Man, you gonna fuck around and have us do this topic tomorrow. This shit might just get pushed up. This might get pushed up to priority status.
And it was semi-inspired by Kamala Harris.
By Kamala Harris?
Running for president.
Yeah.
And, some people was talking like she doesn't really have... No, let me take that back. Kind of like Amanda Seals a little bit, too. You know what I'm saying? They kind of have this
gravitas.
You know what I'm saying?
Bravado.
And it could be somewhat turned off by us men. You know what I mean? But some people say, you're operating in your masculine energy. Some people want that more from Kamala Harris as president. You know what I mean? So
he done broke it down for you. There go the topic.
How do we balance it? How do we go from...
We should do it tomorrow.
How it works. Live in a minute.
Hey, Third Eye is a fool. Third Eye be cutting up. I swear. Oh my God, Truemonger. Come on, man. Hey, you guys, don't forget to support the channel, okay? Your support is seriously needed. We be getting letters. This brother done sent like 4 or 5 letters, man. I appreciate that, brother. I really do appreciate that, brother. Okay. Whoa. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Count me up. I'm counting my bullets, I'm loading my clips, I'm writing down names, I'm making a list, I'm checking it twice and I'm getting them hit. The real ones been dying, the fake ones is lit, the game is off balance, I'm back on my the Bentley is dirty, my sneakers is dirty, but that's how I like it. You all on my I'm all in my bag, it's hard as you get. I do my flocata, I might take a sip, I might hit the flip, but I'm not gonna trip. I ain't popping no pill, but you do as you wish. I roll with some feelings, I love them to death. I got a few mil, but not all of them rich. What good is the bread in my is dope? What good is first class in my can't shit? That's my next mission, that's why I can't quit. Just like LeBron in my chips, just for the
say this. Money does impact relationships. We don't even have to like pretend that it doesn't. I'm not gonna say what somebody should and shouldn't have, but being broke affects you mentally anyway. So being in a relationship and you're broke, your partner's broke, y'all both broke, y'all here struggling, it impacts your relationship. So that is it. But I will say, as far as Lil Duval saying that the bar is set so high, I think that bar is only set on social media, because everybody I know in real life is settling for a lot less than what they talking about on social media. So I think it may be that may be something that we just see a lot, but in real life these girls are settling for less than what they see. So they might get on there like, oh yeah, you gotta give me a Birkin. She got a coach in real life. There's nothing wrong with coach. But what I'm saying is they're not actually getting that in real life to even be acting like.
Well, my question is to you, Aaron. Why do these women act
Come
like
on,
they deserve
come on. My goodness.
Clean it up for you.
Oh, you cleaned it up so we can keep going. All right, let's go. Come on.
He can't afford them just as well as them. He's not good enough for them. Why can't folks just sit in the hood and be happy together? What happened to those days?
Those days is dead. But what I will say is, make it till they make it. They've been doing that forever. They ain't just start. So if I'm always talking about, I think everybody's big on law of attraction and manifestation and all these different things these days. If I pretend that I'm this and that, eventually somebody's gonna come along and they're gonna give me this. So all these girls getting their bodies done, thinking I'm gonna get my body done. I'm about to get me a rich. He about to give me this, this status goes, but she got her body done. She can't afford to live in real life, so she ain't find that baller because a lot of these scammers. It look good. What homeless used to look like back in the day, it look a lot different too.
Ooh. Oh no, we on fire tonight. The voice of reason. I don't play with the topics, and the topics don't play with me. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. The modern valorization, yes, valorization of marriage as a security mechanism raises critical questions about the authenticity of emotional connections. Society's emphasis on relational security may inadvertently overshadow the essence of genuine intimacy, leading to transactional exchanges where safety becomes a commodity. 1-800-920-1580. Krishnamurti's piercing critique on societal conditioning invites us to question the narratives that shape our perceptions of marriage and relational security, urging us to seek deeper truths within ourselves that are beyond societal constructs. Man, this is deep. As we delve deeper into the psychological and the philosophical dimensions of love, Diotima's insights in Plato's Symposium offers a profound reflection on the nature of this enigmatic emotion. Love, with its paradoxical elements of abundance and lack, challenges us to reevaluate our goals and priorities, disrupting our preconceived notions of relational harmony. This means to an end theory in psychology sheds light on the utilitarian approach to relationships, highlighting the transactional nature that often underpins modern love dynamics. The utilitarian. You got to be of use to me in order to be with me, in order to experience love from me, in order to unlock the intimacy in me. I'm gonna tell people right now, go get that book, or go read the poem. I always send people to this poem on love by Khalil Gibran. And just like in Plato's Symposium, Khalil Gibran talks about the dual nature of love in his poem on love. Right? We'll read a little bit after these callers. Let me get my callers in here real quick. We've got Kenny from Detroit, Michigan. What up, though?
What up, though? I ain't know I was gonna be on this quick. What's going on?
Nah, cause I got Ronins. I already know Ronin need to spread out. I got it set up for Ronin to spread out. So come on in, brother.
It's all good. My personal opinion about fetishizing in relationships, I feel like it's the key. It's actually, in my opinion, the key to attraction. You know, we carry desires. You know, we carry on, you know, our connection. That's where our attraction comes from. Without that, how do we even attract each other? You know what I mean? I had a few different things to speak on.
Wait. Stay with me. Stay with me. I got to carry you forward. Just stay with me. When we come forward, we going back to Detroit.
I'm writing down names, I'm making a list, I'm checking them twice and I'm getting them hit. The real one's been dying, the fake one's been lit. The demons are found, some dynamite. The daily is dirty, my sneakers is dirty, but that's how I like it. You all of my guilt. I just poured something in my cup. I didn't want something I can feel. Promise I am never letting go.
Fire. Hey, he got a solid catalog, man. I ain't heard a lot of skips. I gotta be real. I ain't heard a lot of skips. He got a nice little solid catalog. This is a perfect little playlist. Attila, thank you for this topic. Did you come up with this topic or did I? They're all starting to blur together. Man, this was you. Really? Okay. Got it. Okay, because I be forgetting. Shit crazy. Listen, man, Ghetto Gourmet, you gotta stop playing and call in. Like, there's too many jewels in the chat and the world needs to hear it, bro. Just call in and say all the jewels you posted in the chat and we're good. I appreciate everybody who hit the like button, who hit the share button, who hit the super chat button, who hit the Cash App. Don't forget, man, you can support me directly by going to my Cash App. Seriously. Oh, that's right. The Relationship ER Masterclass. You guys can still buy that, right? It's for sale. Like, you guys could go see what we did this weekend. When I tell you, the people, I can't tell you better than the people who were in the class can tell you. The class was cold-blooded. Me and my brother Poet, we were talking about it today. And Michael as well. You know, we were talking about the unique approach to how this next book is going to unfold. I wish Tapped In was in there, because Tapped In is always saying that I'm teasing folk about the new book, and I'm really not. I'm just really excited about its development. And yesterday's, or not yesterday's, but this weekend's masterclass, the way we laid out the structure, right, of the concept of the book, man, it was, I mean, it was stellar. It was dope. See how you do me? Somebody tell Nikki I don't be dangling the carrot. Y'all got to tell Nikki what it was. It was crazy. Nikki, it was crazy. When I tell you it was crazy, it was crazy. I see YouTube is bothering the amount of people who gonna get in here. I don't understand. We closing in on 75,000 subscribers. I just got back from Dubia. Dubia? Is that supposed to be Dubai? After 5 days on a contract, I'm glad to be back. It was unexpected, yes. I gotta go buy it since I couldn't be. When I tell you, sister, when I tell you how we laid it out, nobody saw it coming after day one. Attila, Attila's not there. Truemonger. Truemonger, did you know where I was going after day one? After day one, did you know what it was going to be? Well, by the time we get to day two, and my sister, Dr. P. McCall, Dr. Pakoya McCall, did she not show out yesterday? She showed out. She came in camera ready. Did she not show out? I got people reaching out, asking me about her. Hey, your sister is this or that. Yes, it was fire. Truemonger said I had some idea. It's fire. No, Dr. Pakoya acted a fool. Dr. P, she showed up and showed out. She understood the assignment, as they say. So yeah, you guys can still buy that. You guys can go to onestream.tv/the relationship ER. Please support it. Please support it. It's amazing. Here we go. Peace and love to the family of nations. Please stay safe and dangerous, family. We love you, Brother Ghetto Gourmet. We love you. I think John Gilbreth was in there. John, were you in there? John Gilbreth, let me know. Were you in there?
Today, let me begin by asking you a question. What is security? What makes you feel safe in the world? What is security for you? It's a very important question. Okay, so for me, the definition of security is knowing where your boundaries are. And the topic of boundaries is so important, and I feel it's underestimated because really it reaches into every area in your life. And once you start paying attention to your boundaries, then you will see that really you don't have good boundaries. You don't have clear boundaries with yourself, with other people, and you don't know how to communicate boundaries. So, here am I. I have been
studying boundaries excessively because I've been discovering so much about it. And this information I'm going to give you today, you won't find it anywhere else. And actually, I'm going to make another video. My next video is going to be about how to communicate boundaries, because we're not taught in language, and we feel bad about having boundaries. We feel bad about stepping into our personal power, because having boundaries means, we feel like we can upset people, or sometimes we lose people. We can lose friends, we can lose family. There's blood sometimes. No, but seriously, it's really uncomfortable to be in your boundaries and to communicate your boundaries, because we want to be nice, we want to be loved. So, boundaries. What happens when we don't have boundaries? When we don't have boundaries, it shows up in our life like we get angry and irritated, and these negative emotions. They don't come because there's something wrong with people around us. If you really, truly look into what's going on, every time when we feel angry or irritated with people, it's because they crossed our boundaries. But they actually didn't cross our boundaries. We let them to cross our boundaries. People often have no idea what our boundaries are because we don't communicate them well. So, as I said, I've been studying boundaries in this topic so much. I've led workshops on boundaries, and it's like one of the best topics to talk about, because really you can be focusing.
Man, she's on fire. She's cooking. And she's right in alignment with tonight's topic. And again, it's time for our callers to speak. I got to get Kenny from Detroit back in here. He was making some salient points. I would like to get the rest of them. Please finish your thought, my brother.
Brother Joe, hey, the counselor or therapist, whoever she was, she said we overstep boundaries. I think love, if we're speaking of love is boundless. There shouldn't be any boundaries to love. But just to try to pull my everything together, I like what Socrates said when he said that love is either entirely beautiful or entirely ugly. Study.com speaks on, and I quote, Plato's theory of forms. And it says that, so what are these forms? According to Plato, the forms are abstract, perfect, unchanging concepts or ideals that transcend time and space. They exist in the realm of forms. Even though the forms are abstract, that doesn't mean they are not real. That's basically like the chair is the chair. Mm-hmm. Love is love, whether it's ugly, beautiful, hard.
Come on.
Whatever. Love is love. And another one with Mark 9:38 through 41, Jesus, Paul said to, the teacher said, John, we saw someone driving out demons in your name, and we told him to stop because he was not one of us. Do not stop him, Jesus said, for no one who does a miracle in my name can in the next moment say anything bad about me. For whoever is not against us is for us, and it ties into love. Mm-hmm. Whatever, if it's not against us, mm-hmm. it's for us. Love is love.
Right. Now, let me, because you on to something really big here. Because yesterday in the master class, which was amazing, we pulled up Dr. David R. Hawking's consciousness grid. And at the very top, right, a word was used to describe that level of consciousness. And that particular word was ineffable, meaning beyond words, no words. God is ineffable. To me, God and love are synonymous. So when you say, so you're right in sync. Plato and them, they were kind of close. Love is not good. It's not bad in that sense. It's not, it's not dual. It's pervasive. And what happens is when you get hurt, duality steps into play. Why? Because pain equals retreat or fight or freeze. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's the good and bad of it. This does not feel good. Let me either freeze, because I might get eaten and consumed. Let me fight because I'm afraid, or let me flee, right? There's that kind of traumatic response. And where there's a where there's a wound, there's going to be this desire to protect it. So most people try to go into relationships doing what? Getting the most they can get out of it without triggering themselves, without triggering any wounds. They want the good of love. They don't want the tumultuous times of love. They don't want that. And when they happen, they try to get themselves out of it as quickly as possible. You're on to something, Kenny, and I'm glad that you shared those Bible verses. For the people that were listening, what are those verses again?
That's Mark 9:38 and 39.
Loved every minute of it. Hey, Kenny, guess what you just did?
Boy, Detroit in the building.
You already know Detroit is in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, you know the deal. When I come forward, here we go. Let me just put him on real quick. Say hi. Sup, Roman? I already know you about to act a complete fool. So I just wanted to make sure. That we had space and grace for the brother's sermon that he's about to deliver, not from the mountain of olives, but from the mountain of cherries. He's about to give us. Oh, Lord. When we come forward, we going to Indianapolis. Let's get it.
With reported hate crimes rising in recent years, California has responded through outreach efforts across state government and in collaboration with community-based organizations for the launch of CA versus Hate. This non-emergency, multilingual hate crime reporting hotline provides an anonymous.
Is it me? Come on, Kenny. What up, though? Man, my people, listen. We are $18 away from $100. Come on, man. Do you know this is more money than we got on today's So What morning show? And we at one point had over 400 people in there, encroaching upon 500 people. It's only 40 people in here. Who's going to push us over the top and get us to $100? I need that support. Y'all going to jump in and support what we doing? We only need, what is that, 82? Yeah, 18 bucks. Come on, Ghetto. You put, okay, that's $60 for Ghetto Gourmet. Tapped In is in. Oh my God. Thank you guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As always, can everybody hit the like button on the last 3 people to support this channel? They killing right now. They're killing. Everybody like it, like it, like it, like it. Like all 3 of them, man. Please, please, please. You do know you can like somebody's support of the show. Tapped In only got 2 likes. That is unacceptable. Tapped In is one of our people, man. Everybody in here is phenomenal. Come on. Everybody in there, like for like. Like these people, man. Come on. This was a really good topic. Is it me or did this show fly? What up, Raw Deals? Did this show fly by? Was it me? Or did this show get up out of here? Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Please like everybody's donation, please.
Beautiful day, unlimited sparkle. You're watching Live Unbound and Live Kisper. And let's talk about something that's really worth talking about, and that's our worth. Because almost every time when we feel stopped or limited, or we feel some fear, deep inside is a deep feeling that we are feeling unworthy somehow, that we are not good enough. We want something, but we're just not good enough. And so today I want to invite you on looking at this a little differently, and how do we really find that self-worth? Because self-worth, what is it? When you think about it, we think that we have to be in a certain way, we have to do something to be, to have that value. But self-worth,
I just wanted to play a piece of that little clip because self-worth is definitely important to how we view our partner. If we have self-worth, I believe we attract the worthy. And if they're worthy, and we can see it in their spirit, we won't reduce them down to an automaton. As Bruce Lee would say, a mechanical man, a robotic man. Heavy stuff. My brother is on the line. Here we go. Here we go. Let me get out your way. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic? Ronan from Indianapolis.
Okay, so as far as the topic, where it says like provision, what most people and who to apply to, most people are courting you for your utility to be a platonic procrastinator.
What? What do you mean?
This is what I mean. So if you really love somebody like you love yourself, you won't be that one to co-sign the lie they're living.
Ooh, here we go. Come on.
So when you love somebody, you know that person's not perfect. You challenge each other to work on things. The ones who want you to sit there and court their lie they're living, they can never truly love you because they're married to the negative narrative that they have and they're ran by. So they say, well, I need you to provide a level of Social Security. So I need you to protect the lie I'm living as far as when people see you with me, they say, I found somebody in spite of what I refuse to fix.
Wait a minute. They done hired a wound security guard in the brown outfit that be on Martin. Come on, keep going.
Or take me to this new place because I want to find a new place without fixing the old me.
They done hired Otis for wound security. Keep going.
So, or same thing with a guy. He'll allow himself to be a fetish because, he'll lay down with a chick, but he won't lay down his standards to stand up for something for himself. So, when you allow someone to court you like that, all you're doing is just auditioning to be each other's liar. So, when you lay down with each other, you're comfortable with the lie for a while until after a while, when you leave that person, now, instead of being a significant other, now they'll be your convenient scapegoat.
They're not significant others. They're convenient scapegoats.
Yeah.
Come on, Roman.
So if you think about it, if anything, they're not looking to be, they're not looking to improve themselves or you. Because when you love somebody, it requires growth. It requires digging deep in the dirt and pulling the best out of each other. But when you got other people like we see out here say, you got to do this, that, and that for me, you got to be this little personal taskmaster to basically court their wounds. So basically, you just treating each other's wounds every now and then, but you're still cutting each other in yourselves by lying to each other and themselves.
Ronan, have you been thinking about this for a while? Because is it just, did you have time to write notes? Where is it coming from, brother?
Actually, it's from personal experience because, like, at a time, I ran into relationships that were cosmetic. And then it was like, you're too busy trying to hide from yourself or hide from the trauma. You know, like, say, I got somebody, but then you don't even have yourself. So, and the same thing is like, if they've been abandoned as a child, they'll, you know, use you as that surrogate until you outlived your usefulness, or you push too hard to be better. And all of a sudden, the fights happen.
See, stop it, Ronan. Listen, I've been through it too.
Yeah.
I don't want to be used as like the human version of the rose. I don't want. Do you understand? I don't want to be a tool to get you off.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Listen, I'm a human being and I deserve to be flawed in the presence of another flawed person. I can't just be of service to you. Do you understand? And I think that's the big piece right there. Like, in order to be in a relationship with someone, this is why this is very important. I'm going to throw it back to you, Ronan.
Okay.
You got to master the relationship with self, right?
Yes.
You got to master relationship with self, because if you don't master the relationship with self, you're going to be looking for tools to fill the gaps that only you can fill from within, right? So what do you mean? Look at, you've heard people say this dude is a tool. He's just a tool. Have you ever felt like a tool in a relationship, Ronan?
Yes, I have. And knowing the thing is, like, you're used for a specific job versus, like, the both of you becoming a phoenix, where you have to basically work on yourselves to, like, when you burn certain things away, both of you can fly to your appointed destination together.
Ronan, you know what I'm going to ask you. What? Come on, Ronan. This whole Ronan segment. I knew he needed space to breathe. Ronan, you brought Indianapolis in the building, man. Man, oh, man, and Shevitz. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. I've been saying it for a long time, and it's real. It's real. It's real. The real work of relationship is self-work. I've given you philosopher after philosopher. Dr. David R. Hawkins, Robert Anton Wilson, Wayne Dyer, Ross Rosenberg, Babette Rothschild, Krishnamurti, Pema Chandran. I done given you so many examples from so many different spaces just to let you know that all the higher philosophical, spiritual, conscious folks are tapped into the same thing. Relationship is a mirror. That mirror is reflecting back to you, right? Your internal curriculum. That is the spiritual purpose for relating, right? That's what it's for. And sometimes it's messy. It's nonlinear. Sometimes it's a little clunky, right? But your job is to say, well, how does this clunkiness or this messiness, right? How does this cause me to respond? Am I responding or am I reacting? How am I showing up in this clunkiness? That is why it happens in a nonlinear way. And what happens is we get so focused on what we want and what we need, we become users and manipulators through control. I need this particular outcome to be as close to guaranteed as possible. I told you, most people can't live in uncertainty. This is why Krishnamurti had a worldwide hit in the book called Freedom from the Known. Even if our known is toxic, we'd rather have that because that's where a piece of our identity lives. This is who we are. This is what raised us. This is what we modeled. Do you see? So in speaking on tonight's topic, Man, I need somebody to show up that will be a means to an end, so I ain't got to do it from within. Say it again, so. I need somebody to show up to be a means to an end, so I don't have to do it from within. You got to make me feel safe in order for me to be intimate, in order for me to open up, in order for me to flower. I'm telling you, the new psychology gets better every year. Every year we're going to get a breakthrough. Every year we're going to get a breakthrough. And what we thought was the truth will finally be deemed as not the truth. All truth is in you. If God is in you, how is it that your source of safety is outside of you? Oh, okay, cool. Listen, I started the conversation. Guess what it's up to you to do? Finish it. Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, started the week off strong yet again. Tomorrow, we're going to do it one more time with another fire topic. I appreciate everybody. Deuces. Great topic, y'all. Great topic. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Appreciate everybody for their love, for their support. Man, this was another good one. Hey, when the show go this fast, I know it's real. Peace to you guys, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Great show, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.